Welcome to In the Parks, an Indiana State Parks podcast. I'm Allison Martin, and I'm excited to start a new podcast telling the stories of these amazing places in the Hoosier State. Our parks show off the best of Indiana, bald eagles and bison, fire towers and caves, ancient fossils and Native American mounds, waterfalls and sand dunes. But there's so much more to these parks, and it's time to go in-depth to really know the stories and discover what makes each destination unique and valuable as part of Indiana. On In the Parks, you'll learn about the people, legends, and places that formed Indiana's parks in the past and who is writing the story today. So let's get started today by hearing a few stories people have from their time in the parks. First up, my 93-year-old grandma, whose story about a date with my grandpa to McCormick's Creek has me on a quest to find the photo spot where they took one of their first pictures together. I got to ask her about it the last time our family was all together, so pardon the noise.
McCormick's Creek. What do I remember? Going there as couples and for a day and hiking and getting out on trying to cross the creek on the different rocks and all. Just lovely hiking areas. And when we were dating, we went down there for the day, took a picnic, So
You and Grandpa would go there?
Yeah, I've got pictures with another couple.
My grandparents aren't the only ones with an Indiana State Park story. Turkey Run is a special place for Kyle and Rebecca, and here's why.
I first discovered Turkey Run early on when I was dating my now wife, Rebecca. We drove out there and explored Turkey Run State Park for the first time. One of the trails stuck with me as we climbed. There's a spot called Sunset Point, and I remember walking it with Rebecca and just seeing the majesty and the beauty of looking back down the river from that point there, and kind of tucked that away in the back of my mind as a place that maybe one day I would ask her to marry me, and that's what I did.
I had no idea that we were getting close to being engaged, and we went to Turkey Run just to do our normal hike, and so we went there.
Very nervous in the back of my mind because she had no idea. It was a total surprise.
I could tell he was off because he kept he was really nervous, and he kept going off and having to go to the bathroom and was just seeming off.
And I couldn't really remember what the name of the point or exact spot was when we actually started walking, and I'd hoped we'd come to it.
We hiked a lot of different trails. We went over the suspension bridge and walked down into the lower ravine areas, and we got up to the top of where Sunset Point was.
I remember looking back and being very, very nervous.
He really wanted to sit on this bench that was on the corner. There was somebody sitting there, and he just seemed really agitated that someone was sitting there. And I was like, why? It's not a big deal. I'm let's just sit over here on the stairs. He put his arm around me. He sat next to me, and he started praying. And he was and God, please let Rebecca say yes to marrying me.
And as she looked one way and then turned back, I had gone down on my knee and asked her to marry me.
But I stopped. I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
And she said yes, thankfully.
I definitely said yes. It was a beautiful place to look over the sunset and over the river, and then eventually be able to bring our kids back to and to be able to remember it again. It was a very, very special day.
And definitely my favorite. I think Rebecca's favorite too.
Turkey Run is also part of my family's state park story. Every July, it's where we held the Martin family reunion. We'd rent a shelter, or more likely, someone who lived in nearby Terre Haute would show up early and snag as many picnic tables as possible. Family members would trickle in all morning from Kokomo, Indianapolis, and Lafayette, bringing coolers, folding chairs, plaid tablecloths, and armfuls of Tupperware. There was usually a baby cousin in a pack-and-play, and an uncle with a toddler and a carrier on every hike. My little brother would find a massive walking stick to carry on every trail, and we kids would beg an adult to take us on Trail 3 so we could do the ladders. As I've grown up, it's fun to watch the next generation of kids get just as excited to explore Turkey Run. Some adventures never change. What also hasn't changed? I still hate the wobbly suspension bridge. Growing up has also helped me appreciate the incredible beauty that's found all around me in this state, especially if I'm willing to slow down or explore somewhere new. Indiana state parks are full of opportunities to do all that, to experience beauty, to let myself become curious about the world, and to discover new places. I asked a few people about their favorite parks. Let's see if you've been to these. First up, my 8-year-old nephew. Then you'll hear from a few other people.
What was your favorite part about Obachi? climbing the fire tower and seeing the bison because they were big and they got so close. And the baby was cute.
My favorite place around Indianapolis is at Fort Harrison. Lots of hills, lots of beautiful trees.
My favorite Indiana state park is definitely Whitewater Memorial State Park in Liberty, Indiana. Whitewater Memorial offers hiking trails, access to Brookville Lake, and a long road to run down and back all within the park, not to mention the nostalgia of my cross-country camp days.
I do love a lot of Indiana state parks. Turkey Run is one of my favorites. However, I think that Indiana Dunes is the best Indiana state park purely because of the fact that it cannot be replicated within Indiana. It's 3 giant sand dunes. There's no other place in Indiana like it.
On In the Parks podcast, my goal is to tell the story of Indiana state parks so as we visit them, we're able to notice and better celebrate the places around us. I hope you'll be ready to hop in the car and drive a little farther to check out a park you've never been to, or that as you revisit a favorite, you'll spot details you overlooked before and love the place a little more. Get ready for a season full of episodes that make you ready to find your own story in the parks. The first season kicks off in September with episodes about McCormick's Creek, Obagi, Mounds, Prophetstown, Fort Harrison, Clifty Falls, and more. You'll also learn about things happening in all the parks, like bird watching, trail maintenance, and the importance of interpretive naturalists. Be sure to follow In the Parks wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss an episode. In the Parks is not officially associated with Indiana DNR, but I'm grateful for all the incredible work they do for our parks. Please share this podcast with your friends and give us a positive review on your favorite podcast platform. You can follow along on Instagram and Facebook at In the Parks Online for more state parks content and my recommendations for the best places to get ice cream near each park. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in the parks.